Every
That's
time.
this transaction.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Every
Every time.
time I get
Every
that
time.
same feeling.
Every
So
time.
I know that this is a calling for us,
Yep.
but we don't just do it for the money. I know that this is what we're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And even, if even in the market, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's full speed ahead, but for the most part, it is very, like I say, I just know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I was just, it's interesting that we talking about this. I was just, and I want to get into the down payment assistance because I'm super excited about talking about this program, but I want to share this with you. I was, I'm doing some renovations in one of the properties that I own. And so that's what I was doing. I was washing paint off my hands when I told you 5 minutes, but I was just, with myself and just kind of thinking, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know what, I'll probably never be a super rich man. Like I do well in this business. I make good money doing what I do.
Okay, wait, I want you to finish your point, but there are several karmas in your future. Okay. Finish up.
So where I'm going with this is my calling is not to be some wealthy guru dude or whatever, like the major, all these guys you hear making millions and millions of dollars. That's not really my calling. I don't even really want to be that guy. I want to be the guy, like you said, that I want to be reminded of that feeling, right? I want to be the person that is, that cares. I had a deal that closed today, and I'm going to keep it brief. And older couple, they got to a point where they had to get out of the home that they were renting, right?
Oh.
So they traveled. They back and forth to Atlanta, to Florida, basically, hanging out with family until the closing happened. Well, earlier this summer, we all saw the huge increase in the property taxes, right?
Right.
So they went under contract in June. The second installment for the property taxes doesn't come out until late July. So when we calculated the property taxes, I calculated going forward, estimating the property taxes at about $5,400. They living out in Park Forest, right? And everybody knows Park Forest has the highest taxes in not just in the state of Illinois, but in the entire country, right?
That should be legal. But
this should be legal, right? The taxes went from $5,400 to $9,800. Now we're talking about an older couple on a fixed income, okay?
They can't afford that.
They couldn't afford it. So, they could afford it because he had some other money. He did some consulting work, but it wasn't on paper. So here's what happened. Of course, I got all bummed out. I didn't went and got my whiskey shot. I'm through, right?
Listen, our prayer life increases with these deals.
Man, listen. So fast forward, long story short, I was able to qualify them with not just, and there was no homeowners exemption on it. There was not a seniors exemption on it either. They were seniors. So I got with my underwriter, checked the guidelines, got with my underwriter, and I was like, hey, FHA says we can do this. I've never done this before.
Mm-hmm.
We can do this. I said, so what I'm going to do is I want to get with their attorney, find out what their estimated senior exemption would be, as well as their homeowners exemption would be, in order to bring the property taxes down and qualify them.
Okay.
They didn't get down payment assistance. They got a pretty decent size tax proration. House purchase was $278. It came into the closing table with $14. They just closed today. No down payment assistance. Almost didn't get the house. Right? And I wanted to do that because I really care. I care. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily about, because you make a decent money, but you got to close 10 of those to make some real good money, right? Here, these folks are homeless. They frustrated. The attorney bailed on them. The first attorney bailed on them. So it was just a lot, right? And so you have to put yourself in.
Build it on a solid foundation.
You got to put yourself in these people's shoes and really really care. Like, so like I say, I'm not even interested in being some multimillionaire doing this, something else. But this is what I'm passionate about. I really love helping people realize home ownership. It's so rewarding. That feeling never goes away. Every time you do it, it's the same feeling over and over again. It's euphoric. It really is.
Well, talk about this down payment, because
I gotta go eat me some dinner.
Yeah, talk about this down payment. So I
told you I disappeared, right? And hey, Jeanette, that's one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
I just love her. Jeanette, I'm gonna try to be there at the installation. I've been traveling back and forth, but I'm gonna try to be there for the installation. Because you my girl. I gotta see her do her thing. She's one of my favorites.
Oh no, she is amazing.
Yeah. So the down payment assistance program. One of the things that I'm always looking at down payment assistance sideways, right? Because down payment assistance, a lot of those programs hold you back from realizing your true equity or true wealth building. Okay. Right. And we can, when we can have some one-on-one talks about that, and I can really get into it and explain it. But the thing I love about this particular program, it is up to $31,000. You can purchase a single family or a 2-unit property. 1 unit is paying the mortgage, right?
Correct.
The $31,000, I love this program because the money is fully forgivable, meaning
game changer.
The day you close, a lot of these programs have what are called recapture features, meaning you have to stay in that house for a specific amount of time before that money is forgiven. Correct. And a lot of times it's not even a lot of money, right? So why is that important? Let's say, for example, I got a guy right now. he missed the refi back when the rates was 2% and 3%. He just had to have his money. And I told him, I'm like, hey, you really don't want this. It was $7,000. He missed the refi, boom. He ended up with a rate of 6.875%. He had to stay in that 6.875% for 10 years. He bought the house before the refi broke, right?
Correct.
So that $7,500 he had to pay. He paid extra interest. It was almost like paying on a payday loan forever, right? So it never went away. So now he's ready to go now, but think about all the interest he threw out the window.
Yeah.
But it's $7,500 because he just had to have it. The difference with this particular program is it's forgiven day one. So you get the $31,000. That $31,000 can a lot of times cover your down payment, your closing costs, or a big portion of it, as well as your realtor's compensation.
Thank you.
That's super huge. That's super huge because a lot of times buyers, they don't even have, they hear, oh, well, my cousin got zero. He didn't have to come out of pocket with it. Well, that was your cousin. This may not work necessarily for you.
Yeah,
well,
they're in a different time.
Yeah. So now that conversation is different because we got this program to, help with that money that you wouldn't necessarily have. And we can make sure your realtor gets taken care of for driving you around looking for your dreams, right?
Most people, if we are honest, it was something posted today that most people don't even have $8,000, $8,500 in the bank.
I mean, you can't. I mean, because eggs is $17 a carton. I get it. You know what I mean? So this program,
we gotta save money. We have to save.
You do. You gotta have some of your own money. You can't just rely on this. It's a reason why these down payment these down payment assistance these mortgage programs require down payments. They want to see you put some skin in the game. Right. In a down payment assistance program, really you kind of cheating. You know what I mean? So I always tell people to have some money of your own to show the underwriter. But if you can get into a totally forgivable grant program up to $31,000, where as soon as you're ready to refinance, you don't have to worry about this thing being a lien on your property. You don't have to worry about not being able to refinance into a lower rate, which rates are going to come down at some point. Right? you want to be able to take advantage of that and not be stuck in one of these high interest mortgage loans, right?
Right.
And so with that program was created with all of that in mind, right? So it's a great program. You guys can hit me up and get more information on the program. And here's the cool thing about it. Like I said, we can take it down to a 580 credit score. And remember, you want to have some of your own money to show in reserves.
Right.
And we could, and that money is totally forgivable. Oh, the other thing is, it's not income driven. So some of these programs,
is it based on now I know
it's not based on location.
Okay.
So you can have somebody, we can pair this with an FHA loan, you can make $1 million and get this down payment assistance.
Okay, so now another question. Can the grant be layered? You know, like some grants, like if you have a veteran is not putting any money down. Do they qualify for this?
No, I mean, a veteran can get it, but it's not necessary. And then
it's not necessary. But okay, well, no, because
if you
don't put anything down, but they pay closing costs.
It does pay closing costs, so you could do that, and yes, you can take that down. Or let's say, for example, you got somebody looking to buy a $300,000 house, and the debt ratio is a little bit excessive. We can bring the loan amount down and pair it with the assistance program to get the debt ratio in line. So I can get real creative with this. So yes, to your point, we can use it for that. But again, same thing. It goes away. Like, that's the coolest thing about it.
Yeah. So now with Cook County has a program, but it's forgivable. So it's not a true grant. It's a lien. It's a second lien.
Oh, well, that's not forgivable. Yeah, that has a recapture feature. So now you're running back into that situation where if you end up with, let's say, 7.5% as your interest rate, and you want to refinance, rates drop down to 5.5%, you either got to pay that money off that they gave you, or wait until the recapture period is completed. And a lot of times those recapture periods can be as long as 10 years, right?
Okay, so let's recap. So we can go down to a 580 credit score. Of course, we don't want to be that low, but we can. And now with the down payment assistance, is it only for closing costs, or are you able to reduce the rate?
We can use it to reduce the rate. We can use it to pay real estate compensation. We can use it for down payment. We can use it for closing costs.
Listen.
$31,000.
Show me your money. Show me. Run. All I need is an email.
That's a lot of money.
Flyer tonight. Send me the flyer tonight. I'm going to Kinko's.
See, I told you, we supposed to be going to Cooper's Hawk. That's a reason why we ain't been.
Listen,
working on this.
We can buy bottles later. This right here, you know, I let them bottles stack up. Cooper's Hawk is gonna be forever. Listen, that's gonna be a marketing expense because some clients drive me to drink or some real.
For
Jeanette,
sure.
come on and go. Jeanette say she going.
Okay, Jeanette, you gotta go with us.
Listen, sure. I can get them bottles later. I need checks, so I can't get a check until they get their keys.
You crazy.
Check, keys.
Right, too crazy.
Okay, that's the only thing we focus on.
That's too funny.
Send me the email so that we can help more people.
Okay.
The I thank you for this information. I'm always most grateful for you because you say the clients, we're family. So we get to do what we're good at doing. We get to do what we're passionate about, and we're in the community. And so, like with myself, this year, come this next season, I'm gonna hold you to this golfing. I want to learn how to golf. Okay. All I do is be grandmama. I'm Brooklyn's grandmama, and all I do is get bossed by a 2-year-old. Okay.
Hey. Well, listen. You're not alone anymore. I just had a grandbaby a few days ago, so I got my first grandchild. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. So I'm about to be spoiled to death.
Listen. What I do want is I want the grandkids, because we have blended 8 grandkids. I want them to be trust fund babies.
Oh, for
That is
sure,
my
for
goal.
sure,
So let
for
me
sure.
let me speak something into you, because you're always giving and doing and being. And I want you to know that because you're not seeking the millions, God is going to absolutely give them to you.
I need that. Thank you.
Okay. So
I need that. Thank you so
and
much.
everything and everybody attached to me is blessed. So you already know how I'm rolling.
For
I need
sure.
them commas,
For
okay?
sure.
I need them commas. So if I get them, we both going up. But
I love it. I love it.
I know that we're not doing it just for the money.
For sure.
And the reason that we will be blessed is because you helping the people get what they want. You gonna your needs are met.
That's
Yeah.
when you know, buying a house, that you creating a legacy. I mean, I can't tell you how many apartments I lived in as a kid. You know, I didn't really, I mean, I knew I had a couple of people in my family that owned a home, you know, but that was, you know, it was almost like it was unrealistic, right? I thought the way of life was to live, you know, live in an apartment, right? And
Yeah.
so, and
But we don't know what we don't know.
we don't know what we don't know, right? And so when you get a chance to have something of your own, to have, you know, and then have it work for you, where you're getting your tax write-offs and that kind of thing, that's everything. It's everything. So it really warms my heart to be able to help people get to that point. So
I need you to like, share, and follow and post this content. I need you to get me out there, push me. I need for you to share. For the next 30 days, we are sharing this podcast. Somebody is going to be blessed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the fact that the one thing I loved about the podcast, it was just like us talking. It wasn't rehearsed.
It just flowed.
It was just like this.
But it's always like that with us.
Yeah,
I can call you up, and that's just how I go.
Yeah.
So Kalila Tennille, that's agent.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Hands down.
Yeah, but I need for you to speak. You are most humble. You are, you know, your humility just precedes you. It goes before you. And because of that, you don't have to seek out the money. It's going to automatically, it's just like King Solomon. It's just going to automatically come because you have the wisdom and things of that nature. Your heart is so good. So we got to get back to a village mentality. We got to tell it about. We have to get back to guerrilla marketing and hit these, you know what I'm saying, get back to talking and passing out flyers and listen.
Contact us today to tour our new construction homes located in Linwood, Illinois. And if you want more information about the Down Payment Assistance Program, contact the Natascha team, powered by Premier Midwest Realty.